So, my favorite topics are leadership, transformation, happiness, and longevity. I can sit down, have a conversation with anybody on these topics. I don't know everything about these topics, but I enjoy learning about them. But one thing that I have found, and this is in alignment with our virtue of the week, one thing that each of these topics have in common is relationship. Relationships are so important to our lives as individuals. In fact, it has been shown through research that loneliness, which is a lack of relationships, loneliness has the same ill side effects from a health standpoint as smoking 20 cigarettes a day. So if we want to be healthier, we want to create relationships and build relationships. Now, this also means that we need to identify what relationships we have are toxic relationships, and we need to eliminate those toxic relationships from our life. A lot of difficulty when it comes to that. We don't run into that haphazardly, right? So we really need to sit down. We need to take a look at who our relationships are with. We need to be intentional about growing the relationships that we want to grow, and we need to be intentional about eliminating the relationships that we no longer should have. It has been said that if you hang around four millionaires, you'll become the fifth. It's also said that if you hang around four addicts, you'll become the fifth. So relationships are important to our growth as individuals. Relationship is important to our growth as leaders. Relationships are important to our growth as transforming our life. Remember, don't conform, transform. And relationships are so important to longevity. I read a research paper recently that talked about longevity, and it said that the best thing that you could do from an athletic standpoint, because longevity is health based, is to play pickleball. Because pickleball, you have exercise and you are building relationships. So relationships are so important, but you know, and I know that in this day and age that we live in, we tend to think that social media is relationships. We tend to think that, oh, I no longer want to build a relationship with my spouse or my kids, when in reality, those are important relationships that we need to build, and we need to work hard doing that. As a matter of fact, one thing that's going to help your happiness, your longevity, your leadership, and your transformation is sending texts of gratitude to those people that are in your group and build relationships with them. I'm Bob. This is North Coast High Performance Teams. Don't conform, transform.